आप बेहद
Welcome back. You're watching NewsX with me, Medha Sharan. Now, a dense layer of smog blanketed large parts of Delhi-NCR on Sunday. According to real-time readings shared by the Central Pollution Control Board, air quality index levels remained in the very poor to severe category at several locations. Footage shared from India Gate, ITO and Ghazipur showed dense grey smog, limiting visibility. The haze extended across arterial stretches including those near Kartavya Path. The Commission for Air Quality Management, or the CAQM, had activated all measures under Stage 4 of the Graded Response Action Plan across Delhi-NCR reserved for the most severe air pollution episodes. With that, I am being joined by my colleague Yash Ahuja, who will take you through some live AQI levels across the national capital.
Yes, Medha, what you see on your screens is the map of the national capital region. In the center is New Delhi. Just right of it is Noida, Ghaziabad. Just left of it is Bahadurgarh, Haryana, Sonipat. And in the bottom is Gurgaon. Let's just zoom in into, if you look at this whole circle, it is all purple today. Just yesterday, it was red. It was bright red. Today, there is some respite, but again, not very much. If you take a look at general overall air quality index, it is at 351. It is severe. And PM 2.5 levels are at 189 and PM 10 levels are going through the roofs with 264. Let's just zoom in into the national capital a bit. Let's just go to central Delhi. This is the Hindustan Times house. If you look at it, 362 is what we are looking at air quality wise. Let's take a look at Baba Khadak Singh Marg. This is where the big wigs of the Indian politics, the big wigs of the government lives. And again, 358 air quality, very, very severe. Now let's take a look at Mandir Marg. 339 air quality with CO2 going over 1,000. PM 10 levels going above 268 and PM 2.5 levels. Still a little down from yesterday, but again, very toxic in 171. Let's take a look at this area. Now the golf club area, the golf links is quite, it is covered by greens. It's covered by greenery. You have National Zoological Park beside it. You have the Delhi Golf Club. You have the Lodi Garden. Even despite that, 348 is what we are looking at. 348 AQI is what we are looking at. Now let's go a little northwest towards this area, what we call West Punjabi Bagh. It is 353, very, very severe. PM 10 levels going above 247 and PM 2.5 levels going at 189. Let's just randomly click at somewhere here. This is Kohat Enclave, New Delhi again, West Delhi, 348 AQI, very, very severe. If you let's zoom out a little and go towards Noida, Ghaziabad. This is where it is an industrial hub. Let's take a look at Vijayanagar, Ghaziabad. This is a very, very populous, very, very dense area. 398 AQI. PM 2.5 levels going at 248 and PM 10 levels going through the roofs at 341. If you zoom in a little, go towards Gautam Buddha Nagar, again a very, very highly populous, highly dense area, 364 AQI. This has been the case for most of the national capital throughout half of the year, and we've been tracking it live. Let's go towards Gurugram now. If you take a look at Sector 43, this is where corporates have set up their offices. This is where a lot of people go daily to work, and 348 is what we're looking at. 348 AQI. Zooming in a little, this is Sector 28, again a very populous, a very dense area as you can see on the screens. 360 AQI with PM 2.5 levels going above 198. Zooming out, this is how the national capital region looks like. This is what is driving people out of Delhi. This is what is causing our government to lose $3.5 billion every year. And this is why a debate on AQI and work on AQI was mandated. The Delhi government has started taking steps, but the question remains, is it too little too late? Back to you.
Thank you, Yash, for sharing all that information with us. With that, I'm also being joined by Arzu Ser from Indraprasth, Brian Thomas from Horse Khas, and Anil Chaudhary from Ghaziabad Live, who are going to share more with us on the worsening AQI that we're seeing. I would like to go across to Arzu first. Arzu, you're at Indraprasth. What is the AQI like there? What is the visibility like today?
Well, definitely the visibility has been impacted because of the fog and the weather condition that is prevailing in the national capital. Right now, where I'm standing, would like to show you the visuals around. This is the Indraprasth flyover from where we are showing the visuals, and definitely the visibility has been impacted. If you talk about particularly about the AQI is in the very poor category at this particular place, and also in the national capital, the overall AQI is 390, which comes under the very poor category, and several other places the AQI has reached to severe category. That shows us how alarming the situation is. Also, would like to show the viewers about the data here, and as you can see, the overall AQI is in the very poor category. It's 387, and also if we talk about the other places, see the Alipur recording 375. Also Anand Vihar, one of the hotspot of pollution, is recording the AQI of 426. Ashok Vihar recording 425. At Bhavana also it's 439. So mostly all these stations in the national capital recording the AQI above 400, or it's nearly 450. So this shows the condition around all the areas are in the red zone. Also, if we talk about the visibility has impacted the travel also. The vehicles which are running on the roads of the national capital have slowed down, and also the GRAP Stage-IV is already in place. That means that there are several restrictions that need to be followed while driving in the national capital. The vehicles which are below BS6 are not allowed to run, not allowed to enter in the national capital. Also, for that, there are heavy police force that have been deployed at the border areas. The barricading has been done, and the challans are being issued, and what we have got to know that in 24 hours more than 10,000 challans are being issued for the people who have violated the norms and not following the norms. Also POC is also being implemented, means the pollution under certificate control certificate needs to be there if you want fuel in the national capital, and these are the restrictions order that are being issued so that the people follow the rules and also should follow the norms and the rules that are being ordered by the Delhi government. Apart from that, the Environment Minister Marjiter Singh Sirsa has in fact cleared and strictly said that the companies who are still violating the norms, who are polluting in the national capital, the action will be taken against those industries. And apart from that, there is a GRAP 4 under which will be no construction work, but still there are information that are coming that there are some places where construction work is also going on. So against those also, it is clearly said that if anybody will be found doing construction, the action will be taken against the construction site and also the JE and other official of that particular area. So definitely the Delhi government taking action on ground against the pollution, but this remains to be seen what changes the Delhi will be seeing in the coming days. Yes.
Arzu, I request you to please stay on with me. I'm also being joined by my colleague Brian Thomas live from Horse Khas. Brian, what is the AQI like there at Horse Khas right now?
Well, the air quality index is currently at 384 here, again in the very severe category. Now, clearly, Delhi has 40 monitoring stations, from which 16 stations are showing it is in the very severe category, and from that there are other 24 stations that are showing that it is the air quality is in the very poor category. So you can actually understand the situation looks extremely bad. Now, talking about the smog, till yesterday it was very difficult and the smog conditions were very prevalent itself. It was showing major disruptions in air traffic, in road in terms of the highways, in terms of the road travel, and even trains also that were affected. Now, when you see the visuals here, if we talk about the smog conditions, it looks better than of yesterday, but still it is extremely in the alarming category because the visibility is still compromised. But yesterday the visibility was lesser than 200 meters, but when you see it now, you see the situation looks better as of now itself. But again, the situation still looks extremely bad as we are showing because the air quality is increasing. And like I said, there were 16 stations are showing in the very severe category, and 24 are showing in the very poor category. So situation looks extremely bad. Even though yes, GRAP 4 has been implemented, BS4 vehicles have been challaned itself, have been fined, BS6 vehicles are allowed in the national capital, but still the situation looks extremely grim itself. There is also the 5th day of no PUC, no fuel that is being implemented, but still there are some petrol pumps that we were doing case studies from. They were still giving fuel to people who were not having valid PUC certificates. But so clearly there needs to be a lot done in terms of the ground reality that we are showing you. It is still compromised, the visibility is still a bit of compromise, and as a result of that, air traffic is disrupted. Railway, for people who are traveling from railways, are also facing major problems. Road safety is also compromised because on the national highway itself, there have been vehicles are piling up, and as a result of that, the urban road and safety department are also giving advisories, that they are sending text messages itself. I also got one of them. So clearly it is problematic here, as we are showing. Anti-smog guns are working, the anti-spray guns are working itself, the water sprinkler vehicles are working, but still there needs to be done more to ensure that the pollution gets curbed, and it needs a permanent solution itself, that rather than temporary solutions or temporary relief measures that has been there. And even as the temperatures is dropping itself, the cold layer is also engulfing. Apart from that, the temperature is also getting compromised. Apart from that, the air quality is also on a high increase in the national capital at the Delhi-NCR region. And not only that, a red alert has also been issued in the Delhi-NCR itself for smog and fog conditions that is being prevalent in the national capital. Yes.
Brian, I request you to please stay on with me. Let me also go across to my colleague Anil Chaudhary. अनिल, आप अभी गाजियाबाद में हैं, वहाँ पे AQI कैसा है, विजिबिलिटी कैसा है गाजियाबाद में?
देखिए, गाजियाबाद में भी हालात कुछ अच्छे नहीं हैं और फॉग और स्मोक की चादर जो है वो सड़कों पर देखी जा रही है। एक मैसेज फ्लैश हुआ अभी मेरे मोबाइल पर, वो हम अपने दर्शकों को दिखा भी देते हैं। देखिए, साफ तौर पर इसमें लिखा है, राजमार्गों पर घने कोहरे के कारण धीमी गति और दूरी बनाए रखें। इस तरीके का मैसेज जो है सुबह से ही फ्लैश हो रहा है मोबाइलों पर। तो कहीं ना कहीं जो दर्शक हैं हमारे देख रहे हैं, उनको विशेष ध्यान रखना है। यदि हाईवेज पे चल रहे हैं, एक तरफ तो पोल्यूशन भी बढ़ रहा है और वहीं जो है कोहरे की जो मार है वो भी सड़कों पर कहीं ना कहीं देखने को मिल रही है। विजुअलिटी बहुत कम है गाजियाबाद में, और ऐसे में AQI की अगर बात करें तो एयर क्वालिटी इंडेक्स, कुछ इलाके ऐसे हैं गाजियाबाद के जो दिल्ली से सटे हुए हैं। जैसे कि वसुंधरा इलाके की बात करें तो 408 एयर क्वालिटी इंडेक्स दर्ज किया गया है वसुंधरा इलाके का। वहीं लोनी की बात करें तो 390 एयर क्वालिटी इंडेक्स दर्ज किया गया है। संजय नगर की बात करें तो 360 जो है एयर क्वालिटी इंडेक्स दर्ज किया गया है। तो लगभग 350 के पार ही एयर क्वालिटी इंडेक्स दर्ज किया जा रहा है, जो कि बेहद खराब श्रेणी में माना जाता है। लोगों की आंखों में जलन हो रही है, लोगों को गले में खराश की शिकायत है, सांस लेने में दिक्कत है। इस तरीके की जो लोगों को दिक्कतें सामने आ रही हैं, ऐसे में स्वास्थ्य विभाग की तरफ से भी लगातार लोगों को अवेयर करने का काम किया जा रहा है। और साथ ही स्वास्थ्य विभाग की तरफ से जो है मरीजों की बढ़ती संख्या को देखते हुए ओपीडी एक्स्ट्रा चलाने की कवायद शुरू की गई है। जो ओपीडी मॉर्निंग में सुबह के वक्त ही चलते थे दोपहर तक, अब वो बढ़ाकर जो है 24 घंटे चलाने की बात की है। एक मेडिकल जो टीम है वो 24 घंटे रहेगी। और साथ ही जैसे कि मैंने कहा था, पूरे उत्तर भारत में कोहरे का जिस तरीके से प्रकोप है, उसको देखते हुए उत्तर प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ ने जो तमाम हाईवेज हैं उन पर अलर्ट रहने के लिए अधिकारियों को बोल दिया गया है। ये कहा गया है जो भी ब्लैक स्पॉट हैं वहां पर आपको मौजूद रहना है अधिकारियों को, और साथ ही जो एम्बुलेंस है वो ब्लैक स्पॉट पर मौजूद रहेंगी, नेशनल हाईवे जितने भी हैं उन पर, साथ ही मेडिकल टीम रहेगी, फायर की टीम रहेगी, फायर सेफ्टी की। और तो ये तमाम कवायद जो है अब जिले में देखने को मिल रही हैं। लगातार जो सड़कों पर अनाउंसमेंट भी हो रहा है, घना कोहरा और पोल्यूशन के चलते जिस तरीके से विजुअलिटी कम हुई है, लोगों को अवेयर करने का काम लगातार जो है लोगों को किया जा रहा है। हालांकि दिल्ली एनसीआर में ग्रैप 4 के नियम लागू हैं। ग्रैप 4 के नियम जब लागू किए गए उसके बाद जितनी भी कंस्ट्रक्शन साइट्स हैं उनको सख्त निर्देश दे दिए गए कि कंस्ट्रक्शन दिल्ली एनसीआर में नहीं होगा, जिसको लेकर अब एक बयान भी इन्वायरमेंट जो मंत्री हैं उनकी तरफ से जो है सख्त जो है निर्देश कल दे दिए गए। उनकी तरफ से बोला गया कि कोई भी यदि कंस्ट्रक्शन किसी बिल्डिंग में और ये चलता पाया तो जो बिल्डिंग है उस पर भी कहीं ना कहीं बड़ी कार्रवाई देखने को मिल सकती है। तमाम ऐसे कारखानों को चिन्हित किया जाएगा और ऐसी कंपनियों को चिन्हित किया जाएगा जो पोल्यूशन फैला रही हैं, ग्रैप 4 के नियमों का उल्लंघन कर रही हैं। साथ ही ऐसे वाहनों को तो लगातार अब चेक कर कर सीज करने का काम जो है और चालानी कार्रवाई उनकी अब लगातार ऐसे वाहनों पर की जा रही है। गाजीपुर बॉर्डर पर भी लगातार पुलिस की तैनाती की गई है। दिल्ली पुलिस एक एक व्यक्ति को चेक कर रही है, एक एक गाड़ी को चेक करने के बाद ही एंट्री दे रही है। चेक किया जा रहा है क्योंकि दर्शकों को ये जानना जरूरी है, यदि वो दिल्ली में एंट्री कर रहे हैं तो उनके पास पॉल्यूशन सर्टिफिकेट गाड़ी का होना चाहिए। ये पहला निर्देश दे दिया गया है कि पोल्यूशन सर्टिफिकेट होना चाहिए। और साथ ही BS6 से नीचे के जितने भी वाहन हैं स्टेजिस के, उनको फिलहाल बैन किया गया है दिल्ली के अंदर। दिल्ली में बिल्कुल भी एंट्री नहीं दी जा रही है, चाहे BS3 हो या BS4 हो या ट्रक हो। सिर्फ और सिर्फ जरूरी सामान, यदि मेडिकल से संबंधित या जरूरी सामान जो यदि जा रहा है किसी ट्रक में, उसी को एंट्री फिलहाल अब दिल्ली के अंदर दी जा रही है। तो ये तमाम कवायद हैं पोल्यूशन को रोकने के लिए। फिर भी पोल्यूशन बेलगाम हो चुका है, पोल्यूशन का स्तर बेहद खराब श्रेणी में लगातार पहुंचता जा रहा है। जरूरत है एक सख्त एक्शन प्लान की, क्योंकि दिल्ली में तो जरूर किए जा रही है सारी चीजें, पर गाजियाबाद में उस तरीके की इंप्लीमेंट अभी नहीं देखे गए हैं। उस ग्राउंड पर जो चीजें दिखनी चाहिए वो गाजियाबाद में हमें नहीं देखने को मिली है, क्योंकि ग्रैप के नियम जब लागू होते हैं तो तमाम कंस्ट्रक्शन साइट्स, फैक्ट्री, कंपनियां, इन सभी पर रोक लगाई जाती है। पर यहाँ पर धड़ल्ले से सब चीजें चल रही हैं। यही वजह भी है गाजियाबाद के कुछ इलाके बेहद खराब श्रेणी में हैं। लोग चाहते हैं कुछ ना कुछ निर्णय जरूर एनसीआर में निकाला जाए, जिससे कि लोग इस दमघोटू हवा से कैसे भी निजात पा सकें। जी
Anil, I would request you to please stay on with me. With that, I would like to go back to my colleague Arzu once again. Arzu, we know that the AQI is worsening and has stayed in the severe to hazardous category for weeks on an end now. Are you perhaps learning of an increase in hospitalizations and as well as the fact that there has been also an increase in people buying things like inhalers as well as N95 masks? All right. With that, I would like to thank all my colleagues, Brian, Arzu, as well as